We'll be taking questions one by one. If you have a question, please raise your hand, state your name and your outlet, and then go ahead and ask your question. Who wants to start us off? All right, Adam?
Hi, I'm Adam from Akshon Esports. So previously you guys had only given up one full set, and it was 2 Misfits. How does it feel to come back today and take them down for the big win?
Really fucking good.
Yeah, they have been like long rivals against us. Like, we have a long history between the players as well, and it's kind of like the Swedish-Finnish rivalry as well, because they're mostly Swedish team, and yeah, it feels good to beat them on LAN. They're just onliners.
Yeah, we're of course like good friends with all of them. So yeah, it was a really tight game, and we came up with victory today. It was really good.
Yes, Josh.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry. Josh with Blitz Esports. Congratulations, first of all. Something that Reddit and the community has been talking a lot about during the match was the rule set and how it allowed for multiple maps being played. Oh, and just based on your reaction, how did you guys feel about that being allowed?
Well, like nothing to take away from Misfits. They played the maps better than we did, but going back to a map just feels a bit odd. Like they adapted faster, so in that sense they were a better team. But I still would prefer being different maps throughout the series for both the players and viewers.
Would have been 4-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely really weird. Like, yeah, I can vault. They was really strong on that map. Anubis is always like a bit of a coin flip map, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, a bit weird to play. Yeah. Apps all the times, for sure.
It felt like they had like a bigger chance for comeback because of the like having to being able to pick like the strongest map twice, basically. Or like we had the Anubis, but Anubis is Anubis. But it still might allow from some weird sets.
Hi, I'm Christina. I'm with Blizzard Esports. So you all have had an incredibly chaotic summer with your organization changing. So I'd love to hear a little bit about that. Like, what was it like when Ninjas in Pajamas sort of disbanded its roster and you guys decided to keep on going? Was that like really difficult? Was that just kind of a natural thing? How did that happen?
Well, when we got dropped by NIP, we were already starting to make roster changes, and by NIP dropping us, then it gave us like free hands to do anything. And we had a really solid core with Fraggy, Linkser, and me, and Suppe was with us at the time. So we knew that like we could still make a strong team, and we could compete in the Contenders Season 1. And it's important to compete in this tournament to get to the Overwatch League. So we decided to like build the strongest Finnish team there is, and then we got in Davin from Cyclones, and then Goose Alpha Squad.
Yeah. And how did you find your new sponsor?
We're good friends with the manager, Tompa. He's been kind of trying to get esports into the Gigantti. It's a large like electronic store in Finland and Nordic.
Biggest electronic retail store in the Nordic.
Yeah, sell off. So it kind of came through that. We had like previous contacts with Tompa, and then we just decided to go for it.
Hi, my name is Alex. I'm from Diario Record in Mexico. First of all, I would like to congratulate you. How did you react after you had the match 3-1 and then Misfits got tied? How did you react in the last match to get crowned in this tournament?
Well, like last map was Ilios, so King of the Hill, like the maps are always like a bit different from 2CP and payload maps because it's it's just so the fights are so basic. Like there's not as much strats, so we could like really easily reset there, like automatically pretty much. So yeah, on Anubis and Ike World, we got a bit maybe outstratted, at least on Ike World, I don't know. Yeah, King of the Hill is more straightforward, so it's easy to reset.
Yeah, it's King of the Hill is one of the strongest game modes for this lineup, definitely. we were really confident in the map.
Okay, and what's next for you? How do you get this sports scenario, the Blizzard Arena? What are your thoughts on this? What do you have to say about it?
I'm just really happy I won my first like major esports tournament. It feels amazing, and I'll always remember this day. It's like the thing that I ended my not ended my career. that's too soon. But like something that happened before I went like Overwatch League coming, and hopefully I get in, and like this is the stepping stone basically.
So this is actually a question for you in particular. On Twitter, people have been praising your play during that series, and one commentator even went so far to say that you may be one of the best DPS players in the world. So, hyperbole besides, how true do you think that may be?
Personally, I think I'm not the best DPS in the world. There's multiple people who I think are better when it comes to like raw mechanics and like how they approach the game, how well they do in team fights, how well they do in 1v1s. So like there's people who are better than me in those aspects. But I think I'm like a bit above average in the sense that I have like massive hero pool, and then I can use that to adapt to any situation, like, and that gives me like the edge strategically over a lot of the DPSs who specifically play one hero.
Yeah, I think it's a bit awkward to praise himself, so I'll just answer a bit more. I think like Yuri is like he's I think one of the best Genjis, one of the best like Widowmakers. I don't like just those two. There's only like one more player who can play those two heroes even. And then he has also Junkrat, McCree. His soldier is really good. Like, so many good heroes. Like, I think only like TviQ is close to him. And I think like they have a bit different strengths maybe, TviQ and Elixir. But yeah, they are like only two people with such huge hero pools, at least in the West.
So, I guess you'd say that your flexibility then, and that's probably what you think is your greatest strength.
Yeah.
Marcus from German Sports Television. Hello. Congrats to your title.
Yeah.
What was the feeling to play in this arena, in this brand new arena, and what do you want? What would you wish for the European market, for the fans to be done like this one, like the arena? What are the topics you think are important to improve esports in Europe more?
Well,
definitely there needs to be more tournaments. Like there haven't been a big tournaments or lands that take there regularly, so there needs to be more tournaments. That's the first step.
But yeah, I suppose like the first season of Overwatch League is kind of focused on North America, so it would be great. I think it's in the plans as well that it expands more to Europe, and it's definitely needed because there's a lot of talent in Europe, and that's like I guess you're going to see all the Overwatch League rosters in a month or two. You will see that. I think it's a really large portion is European players, and there's definitely a lot more, like in the like tier 2, tier 3 scene there.
Hi, I'm George from Championat.com. I've got one question. What do you think about the current state of competitive Overwatch? Is it good? Do you feel that the whole esports system needs more improvements?
I think it's hard to say before we actually see how the Overwatch League starts. I think that's the defining moment and how the competitive Overwatch is going to start. And it kind of seems a bit grim at the moment, at least for like tier 2 level. So there definitely needs to be like lower tier tournaments, and those are the ones that like the young good players show themselves, and then how they like climb up to the league. So league needs to start well, and it needs like good teams, and they mess up together and they get good, like I don't know how you say it, like they show up well on the public eye, and then the exposure, and then the lower tier scene needs to start growing up as well.
How heavy is the trophy, and who gets to keep it? Like Where's it going to live?
Okay, so the trophy is not heavy because I can lift it. And I think this trophy will go to Gigantti's office. We have given them like all of the trophies we have gotten so far.
All 2.
Oh,
Third one. They've only been like for 1 month. So
yeah.
I guess three trophies in like
we're gonna
1.5
get
months.
the 4th month in next month.
Yeah, 4th trophy.
Yeah, but it's gonna go to those guys for helping us out.
Yeah.
So my question is for Shaz. I think you're the most recent addition to the team, right?
Yep.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you got on the team and like what it feels like to just join and be winning this big tournament?
Well, it started when my previous team Hammers we got dropped, and after that I got poached by Misfits and Gigantti, and basically they were trialing me and Supe, and I was told by our coach Seda that like whichever of us gets into Misfits, the other one has a spot in this team, no matter what. And so I landed here with these guys when Supe got picked up by Misfits.
Lucky for him.
And so how does it feel being so new to the team and winning this big tournament?
It feels amazing.
Like even though we have been like such a short time together, we are really friendly with each other. We have fun together in and out of the game. It's just a big family. There's no outsiders in this team.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit sad we need to split up for Overwatch League. Kind of unfortunate. It would have been nice to play together for more.
Yeah, there's much ahead.
How will you guys celebrate? Like you mentioned, some of you might be splitting up, heading elsewhere. How are you guys going to celebrate as a team and maybe individually when you get home?
We have to scrim.
Yeah, we still have a Finnish LAN. We need to play together.
Yeah, that's
actually it's during BlizzCon.
Yeah. But well, basically, we to celebrate. Like some people go out. It's normal. I like to take a chill after like winning something, and then start like buying nice things for myself. I just want to make myself feel nice, Like some of the guys might go out drinking, that kind of stuff, but just light fun, whatever makes you feel happy.
How about Kruise?
I don't know. Chill at home.
Sounds good. Sounds good, dude.
You're gonna get a new mouse pad.
So you mentioned earlier that you'd like to see an increase in the number of tournament opportunities in Europe. And I think it would be fair to say that playing LAN is very different than playing online, correct?
Sure.
So how do you think the lack of opportunity right now in LAN opportunities will affect the talent pool in various regions?
I'm hoping when Overwatch League starts picking off, the tier 2 scene also start developing at the same time, because that's really important for like influx of the player when the season ends. Like I don't know how pickups would work like in mid-season or something, but like building both of them at the same time is gonna influence a lot how long will the game last, because the moment the tier 2 scene drops, even the top of the top will like fall in skill. There's no motivation, like there's no one looking behind you from your back and like I'm gonna take your spot if you play bad. There's no like consequences anymore.
Right.
There has to be the constant friction between the two.
Yeah, about LAN experience, it's like everyone needs that. It like the basics come down from like you can just play online, get really good, and then you just kind of get everyone just needs to get the experience like later on. But yeah, definitely people can just grind the game out online, play ranked, whatever, scrim, and get really good, and the LAN will like kind of sort itself out.
We have time for about 1 or 2 more questions.
Harsha from OverGG. This is mainly for Fraggy and Zappis. He already knows what I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
Do the struggles from 2016, where you guys were considered tournament favorites for a lot of those tournaments, and then labeled as chokers at the end of this event or at the end of this period, where now we're entering Overwatch League, does it feel like any sweeter to win the last tournament?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we had really rough like end of the year 2016. Like the meta and everything favored us so much at the time, and everyone thought that we would win all these LAN events that we're running. And
then we had the really big struggle in 2017.
Yeah.
We had the struggles with the old NIP roster, then NIP dropped us and everything, and to finally get there before the league starts it's really huge.
Yeah, definitely good closer for the pre-Overwatch League, like I guess history.
One last question. All right.
Yeah. Did you think it was odd or weird that both the EU teams and the NA teams are in the same venue, but we didn't see like an inter-region competition? Did you guys want to play NA at one point or another?
That's been a question that's been like a long time in the scene because of the infrastructure and stuff. But it would always be nice to have that. But the way the tournament is done with the group status and everything, I understand that we are not playing against NA teams. You know, it allows like highlighting both of the regions like equally, like 12 EU players instead of like half. And I think it's understandable at this point because just having like a LAN final, it's just NA and EU team, when the brackets and everything have been like separate, kind of. I don't think it's fair for the second team that comes from the region.
Quick follow up to that: if you guys did play, do you think you'd win?
Yes.
Depends on the team, maybe.
No, it doesn't.
No, okay, we're going to win anyway.
EnVyUs is pretty good.
Yeah, they are good.
They're all right.
Yeah, they're all right.
They're good.
They got one Finnish guy there, so it's all right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
You want the pictures taken here?
Yeah. Does anyone need to take any pictures before? Yeah. Okay.
Tompa, tack säkin.
Tompa.
Saat Twitteriin.